Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm in the book doing what I do for you. I got nice lessons for you today. This is one of my favorites. Brother by the name of Carter G. Woodson. He had it right, and his concept was the world's best kept secret is our achievement. So we're about to talk about that. I'm gonna go through this like a fine tooth comb. Every phrase, every paragraph, I'm gonna go through it real meticulously. So I'm gonna get my information out. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know themselves. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. So you see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you right thinkers. Know thyself and true. My God be true. My man right here. Carter G. Woodson. Not a G or a C. It's a G. I know. I had his book. Okay, but he wrote a few books. And he's famous for the book that he wrote, The Miseducation of the Negro. And this is what he says. We're talking about the world's best kept secrets. Right thinkers, let's talk about the black man's achievements is the world's best kept secret. And then we're going to talk about culture thievery. They stole it all. Let's talk about it. I'm about to teach and rant at the same time. Make some points. All right, here we go. Good stuff here. Carter G. Woodson, he says, when I read this 30 years ago, I swore I'd never let them dictate to me nothing. When you control a man's thinking, right there, you do not have to worry about his actions. I tell you, when the white man hear about y'all Christians, y'all religious people, he don't worry about y'all. You do not have to tell him to stand here or go yonder. Why? He will find his proper place. Remember that? Know your place? I ain't that kind of Negro. And they will stay in it. Control. You do not need to send him to the back door. He will go without being told. In fact, hell, if there is no back door, he will cut one out for his special benefit. His education makes it necessary. What they call education, we know now to be indoctrination. They're not enlightening you, they're indoctrinating you to follow their rules, their guidelines, so they can control and manipulate you. They call it religion. Let's go. The world's best kept secret. If we go by his education system, we came here off the slave ships and yeah. That ain't a lie. That just ain't the origins. I like to get the beginning. It started at the beginning. They wasn't around then, so they can't start there. They're going to start where they start. Okay, so in the past, I have frequently stated that the history of African Americans is what they call the best kept secret on the planet. Now, I wouldn't even think about this when I did my lesson about thinking, critical thinking, but this falls right in line the lesson I just gave about critical thinking and right thinking. But he had this concept a long time ago, and he was right on point. Watch this. Over the years, as a result of studies, right there, studies and travels, I have expanded and solidified that statement and can now say with certainty that the history of Africans worldwide is the world's best kept secret. I went into Egypt over 30 years ago. I'm still in Egypt. I'm still fascinated by what they got, what they had to offer. I know guys who've been in there 50, 60 years. So I ain't the only one who went there and just never left. Okay? But yeah, we don't know about us. We know about what his story, not our story. This is our story. That's another thing. Okay. Now, a secret is what's described as what? Something known only to a certain person or persons or group and purposely kept from the knowledge of the others. At one time, knowledge was only for those the aristocrats, okay, the elite. So the ignorant people, the masses, they didn't get educated. They were literate, okay? Not in Africa, here that started, Europe that does that nonsense. In Kemet, everybody was educated. We didn't have ignorance, wasn't a problem for us. Can't even imagine that, could you? That's why we lived in harmony for thousands of years amongst ourselves, with each other. Most people of African descent know little or nothing about their recent history. About to get into it right now. Watch this. Let alone their ancestral history, which includes major contributions and major accomplishments in every endeavor known to man. We are the civilization starters. They don't tell you that. I have met math teachers who knew nothing about the African Nile Valley contributions to civilization to math. If you're a math person, you need to know where it came from. They don't teach you that. Okay? Ministers, here's a good one, who could not properly place African people in the Bible. What color was the people in Africa? This is all stuff that they indoctrinate you with. They don't educate you, they indoctrinate you with. They close out everything that you need to know and give you what they want you to know. You got physicians, this is my favorite word here. You got physicians who had never heard of Imhotep. I just got finished doing my dude. They changed it from black to white. They changed ISIS. I set the ISIS from black to white to Mary and Jesus. What the hell? They stole everything. As I'm telling you, this book right here told me how white America just did us dirty. And this book just pisses me off, make me really militant, get me upset again about what they've been doing to us, and they still doing it. And we ain't figured out how to stop it. I'm more pissed about that. You can't be in medicine not know Hamilton. Asclepius, or whatever y'all want to call him, Apollo's son. No, Imhotep, first multi-genius. The step pyramid design. I gave y'all that lesson, didn't get that one. See, I give life lessons. I ain't caught up in that. But yeah, I just gave you a lesson about this guy. How they changed, made him white. Made him a damn Roman. All right. And the students from Southern Africa who know nothing about the Nile Valley history. One factor that all of these people had in common, what is that? That they had been educated by the very people who had written them out of their own history, aka the white man. See why I'm a little touchy? Because this has been going on for a long time. And we as a people ain't figured that part out yet. That's what's pissing me off more than anything. Okay? And he tells you right here, Carter G. Woodson, in one of his most significant works, The Miseducation of the Negro, reminded his audience, again, he calls it the miseducation of the Negro for a reason. A lot of people didn't get it. A lot of people didn't catch on to it. All right? But you got philosophers have long conceded that every man has two educations. I say the same thing. One you can receive from somebody who I give, then you got the one you what? Experience. So that which is given to him, I do that, and the other which he gives himself. I do that on my own, so I understand that side of it too. Okay. Of the two kinds, the latter is by far the more desirable. Why? Because indeed, all that is most worthy in man, he must work out and conquer for himself, aka one's ego or lower nature self. That's an eternal moral fight that we all have to fight for ourselves. Can anybody fight it for you? Okay? And it is that which constitutes our real and best nourishment, enlightenment, knowledge of self. That's the best nourishment you can get. What we are merely taught seldom nourishes our mind like that which we teach ourselves. Again, I can teach as best I could, but experience is always going to trump me. I don't have a problem with that. Okay? Understand that. Why? It's your experience that you need to have yourself. All I can do is point you in the right direction. Once you go that way, you had that experience for yourself. That's why. Okay? I'll get you to the water. You got to do the drinking. We live in a world where we are constantly bombarded with misinformation. And now we're in the information age. I keep telling you, this is right on point. I'm right here again. Tell me the same shop. I'm telling you, it's all the information that's out here ain't good information. A lot of it's misinformation. But they figured one time they hid it or they refrained it. Now so they got to give it to you. They just give you everything, good and bad, right and wrong. That's not good. How that information is presented to us, its accuracy, and how it's perceived will determine our perception of reality. Learning to develop what we know to be critical thinking, I call it right thinking. Watch this, and we're going to play into that in a minute. We're going in now. Skills is what? The first lesson we must master is this thing right here, in the pursuit of other educations. If you don't know how to think, if you're not a critical thinker, aka a right thinker, you're going to have some issues. Trust me on this one. It says that Dr. Woodson referenced what he called critical thinking. I call it right thinking. These are skills that allow you to become aware of the hierarchical levels of thought, which gives you the capacity to assume greater control over your life. Self-knowledge puts you in the driver's seat. Knowing thyself puts you in the driver's seat. The three essential levels of cognitive thoughts are, you ready for this? This right down my alley, 100%. This I've been trying to get you to understand. The three things. You got the literal. The literal is when one learns to accept all information at face value. They call y'all belief system followers. Y'all take whatever they say at face value. Y'all don't question nothing. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. That's literal. And you never look beneath the surface for additional detail, aka the esoteric meaning, the hidden meaning. Y'all take the exoteric, the outer meaning, just at face value. Yeah, okay, that's it. Cool. I know the hidden meaning. I know the esoteric meaning of all the symbols. That's what it's all about. That's what the knowledge is. The next one is the inferential level, wherein you learn to infer, or they call it reading between the lines. A good joke, to get the joke, to understand the humor, to get the knowledgeable understanding of something hidden. Esoteric messaging. What's this? Seeing the hidden meaning and information that's presented. Understanding this is what he's saying, but this is what he meaning. You feel me? Okay. Like when as a Mason, I can talk Masonic information with a brother in front of everybody and it just be a casual conversation. That's the difference. That's infernal. The third one is now you got to be, your discernment had to be to where you can evaluate. That means where one learns to make an intellectual, discernible decision based upon the comparison of what we call various sources of information and particularly those drawn from what? One's own personal experience. No matter what you learn, no matter what you get, your own personal experience should be in play. What you know about whatever it is you're dealing with. You get that concept? Hold on one second. Excuse me. Your experience should make your discernment very sharp and astute to whatever you got to deal with. If you had experience in it, you know about it. If you haven't, you might want to check out some information, somebody who knows more than you do about that. That's what they're trying to tell you. That's called learning. That's called getting enlightenment. Learning something that you didn't know previously. Get the right information and get the right understanding. And evaluating somebody. If this guy you know is full of crap, why waste your time listening to him or her? You know what they're about, so move on. The objective of what we call critical thinking or right thinking is able to discern, and you're able to discern is to learn how what not to take all information literally. You gotta know what is and what's not. Take in what refers to you, what you can understand, and take that. The rest of it, don't worry about it. Why? You don't need all of it. Okay. To read between the lines, that's to be able to see the hidden meaning, the esoteric teachings. Okay, that's high level education, first of all. All right, but being able to read between the lines, that's right thinking. That's what I get. This place right at I tell you, right thinking is critical thinking. Understanding and then evaluating from your discernment that information that you are comparing or receiving. You're comparing it to what? Other sources of knowledge. You not just taking it. No, I gotta remember the smell test. They don't smell right. No, I'm out. Okay. But this process expands one's mind and opens up new vistas for learning. I'm a master teacher of my philosophy, but my mind and my ears are always open to learning something new. I'm a student in life. I want to learn to be a better me. Whatever I can get to help me along the way, I'm doing just that on a day-to-day basis. Okay? It is the means by which you may be resurrected from what? From the mental ignorance, aka death, and you are able to experience the resurrection, the profound, what they call rebirth of God, consciousness, to become awakened, resurrected, okay, enlightened, anointed, Christhood, Horushood, Nirvana. All these things that says the same thing, mean the same thing. They just saying it in a different tone, different culture, different time, but it's all the same thing. I'm gonna stop there. I'm good with that. I got some more information, but I want to just make sure I got that out the way. But we are the best kept secret, the black man. Okay, and what we need to do is what? Become conscious. Stop letting him educate us. Why? He's going to miseducate you. He's going to give you misinformation. He's going to lead you the wrong way. He's going to lead you astray. Everything that Malcolm said about him, and they're going to do that. That's what they're programmed to do. They're not good people. Any race of people that were enslaved another race of people can't be good people. Simple as that. And I'm not a Muslim. I don't call the white man a devil because he's white. No, I call him a devil because he's just devilish. That's why. No other reason. If he was blue, I wouldn't care. He's still a devil. Wrong action is wrong action by anybody. And the only thing we haven't matched him yet with is what? Devilishment. We ain't built that way. And his biggest nightmare is that we're get back in control and enslave him. We wouldn't be no better than you. I'm just putting it out there. All right, right thinkers. Hope you just enjoyed the lesson. I got another coming for you right now, but I got to stop and do something. But in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I know none of my right thinkers who know the black man achievements in this world is the world's best kept secret. Let's bring it to light. That's what I'm doing every day. I'll be back. Thank you.